dumbest idea I've ever had. Alright. According to all known laws of aviation, there is no way that a bee should be able to fly. Its wings are too small to get its fat little body off the ground. The bee, of course, flies anyway, because bees don't care what humans think is possible. Sequence 75, Intro to Barry. Interior, Benson's house. Day angle on sneakers on the ground. Camera pans up to reveal Barry Benson's bedroom. Angle on Barry's hand flipping through different sweaters in his closet. Barry. Yellow, black, yellow, black, yellow, black, yellow, black, yellow, black, yellow, black. Ooh, black and yellow. Angle on Barry wearing the sweater he picked, looking in the mirror. Barry. Continued. Yeah, let's shake it up a little. He picks the black and yellow one. He then goes to the sink, takes the top off a container of honey, and puts some honey into his hair. He squirts some in his mouth and gargles. Then he takes the lid off the bottle and rolls some on like deodorant. Cut to interior, Benson house, kitchen. Continuous. Barry's mother, Janet Benson, yells up at Barry. Janet Benson, Barry, breakfast is ready. Cut to B-movie. 1. Interior, Barry's room. Continuous, Barry. Coming. Sound effects. Phone ringing. Barry's antennae vibrate as they ring like a phone. Barry's hands are wet. He looks around for a towel. Barry. Continued. Hang on a second. He wipes his hands on his sweater and pulls in his antenna down to his ear and mouth. Barry. Continued. Hello. His best friend, Adam Flayman, is on the other end. Adam. Barry. Barry. Adam. Barry. Adam. Can you believe this is happening? Barry. Can't believe it. I'll pick you up. Barry sticks his stinger in a sharpener. Sound effects. Buzzing as the stinger is sharpened. He tests the sharpness with his finger. Sound effects. Bing. Barry. Continued. Looking sharp. Angle on. Barry. Hovering down the hall, sliding down the staircase banister. Barry's mother, Janet Benson, is in the kitchen. Janet Benson. Barry. Why don't you use the stairs? Your father paid good money for those. 2. Barry. Sorry, I'm excited. Barry's father, Martin Benson, enters. He's reading a newspaper with the headline, Queen gives birth to 1,000 tuplets. Resting comfortably. Martin Benson. Here's the graduate. We're very proud of you, son, and a perfect report card. All B's. Janet Benson, mushing Barry's hair. Very proud. Barry. Ma, I've got a thing going on here. Barry readjusts his hair, starts to leave. Janet Benson, you've got some lint on your fuzz. She picks it off. Barry, ow, that's me. Martin Benson, wave to us. We'll be in row 118,000. Barry zips off. Barry, bye. Janet Benson, Barry, I told you. Stop flying in the house. Cut 2, sequence 750. Driving to graduation, exterior, B, suburb, morning, a garage door opens. Barry drives out in his car. Angle on Barry's friend, Adam Flayman, standing by the curb. He's reading a newspaper with the headline, Frisbee hits hive, internet down, B stander. I heard a sound, and next thing I knew, whammo. Barry drives up, stops in front of Adam. Adam jumps in. Barry. Hey. Adam. Adam. Hey, Barry. Pointing at Barry's hair. Is that fuzz gel? Barry. A little. It's a special day. Finally graduating. Adam. I never thought I'd make it. Barry. Yeah, 3 days of grade school, 3 days of high school. Adam. Those were so awkward. Barry. 3 days of college. I'm glad I took off 1 day in the middle and just hitchhiked around the hive. Adam. You did come back different. They drive by a bee who's jogging. Artie. Hi, Barry. Barry. To a bee pedestrian. Hey, Artie. Growing a mustache? Looks good. Barry and Adam drive from the suburbs into the city. Adam. Hey, did you hear about Frankie? Barry. Yeah. Adam. You going to his funeral? Barry. No, I'm not going to his funeral. Everybody knows you sting someone you die. You don't waste it on a squirrel. He was such a hothead. Adam. Yeah, I guess he could have just gotten out of the way. They drive through a loop-de-loop. Barry and Adam. Whoa. Woo. Wee. Adam. I love this incorporating the amusement park right into our regular day. Barry. I guess that's why they say we don't need vacations. Cut 2. Sequence 95. Graduation exterior. Graduation ceremony. Continuous. Barry and Adam come to a stop. They exit the car and fly over the crowd to their seats. Barry. Graduation ceremony. Boy, quite a bit of pomp under the circumstances. They land in their seats. Barry continued. Well, Adam, today we are men. Adam, we are. Barry Beeman. Adam, amen. Barry, hallelujah. Barry hits Adam's forehead. Adam goes into the rapture. An announcement comes over the PA. Announcer, students, faculty, distinguished Bs, please welcome Dean Buswell. Angle on Dean Buswell steps up to the podium. The podium has a sign that reads, Welcome, graduating class of, with train station style flipping numbers after it. Buswell, welcome new hive. City graduating class of, the numbers on the podium changed to 915. Buswell continued, 915. He clears his throat. And that concludes our graduation ceremonies and begins your career at Honex Industries. Barry, are we going to pick our job today? Adam, I heard it's just orientation. The rows of chairs change in transformer-like mechanical motion to Universal Studios type tour trams. Buswell walks off stage. Barry, whoa, heads up, here we go. Sequence 125. Factory, female voice, voiceover. Keep your hands and antennas inside the tram at all times. In Spanish, dejan las manos y antenas dentro del tram a todos tiempos. Barry, I wonder what it's going to be like. Adam, a little scary. Barry shakes Adam. Barry and Adam, ah! The tram passes under signs reading Honex, a division of Honesco, a part of the Hexagon Group. Trudy, welcome to Honex, a division of Honesco and part of the Hexagon Group. Barry, this is it. The Honex doors open, revealing the factory. Barry continued. Wow. Trudy grabs a test tube of honey from a technician. Trudy continued. Soothing sweet syrup with this distinctive golden glow. You all know as, everyone on the train in unison, Honey. Trudy flips the flask into the crowd and laughs as they all scramble for it. Angle on a girl bee catching the honey. Adam, that girl was hot. Barry, she's my cousin. Adam, she is? Barry, yes, we're all cousins. Adam, right, you're right. Trudy, at Honex, we also constantly strive to improve every aspect of bee existence. These bees are stress testing a new helmet technology. Angle on a stunt bee in a helmet, getting hit with a newspaper, then a shoe, then a fly swatter. He gets up and gives a thumbs up. The graduate bees applaud. Adam, re-stunt bee. What do you think he makes? Barry, not enough. Trudy, and here we have our latest advancement, the Krellman. Barry, wow, what does that do? Trudy catches that little strand of honey that hangs after you pour it. Saves us millions. Angle on, the Krellman machine. Bees with hand-shaped hats on, rotating around a wheel to catch drips of honey. Adam's hand shoots up. Adam, can anyone work at the Krellman? Trudy, of course. Most bee jobs are small ones, but bees know that every small job, if it's done well, means a lot. There are over 3,000 different bee occupations, but choose carefully, because you'll stay in the job that you pick for the rest of your life. The bees cheer. Angle on, Barry's smile dropping slightly. Barry, the same job for the rest of your life? I didn't know that. Adam, what's the difference? Trudy, and you'll be happy to know that bees as a species haven't had one day off in 27 million years. Barry, so you'll just work us to death? Trudy, laughing. We'll sure try. Everyone laughs, except Barry. The tram drops down a log flume type steep drop. Cameras flash. As all the bees throw up their hands, the frame freezes into a snapshot. Barry looks concerned. The tram continues through 2 doors. Form dissolve to sequence 175. Walking the hive. Interior. Honex. Label angle. On. The log flume photo as Barry looks at it. Adam. Wow, that blew my mind. Barry, annoyed. What's the difference? Adam, how could you say that? One job forever? That's an insane choice to have to make. Adam, well, I'm relieved. Now we only have to make one decision in life. Barry, but Adam, how could they never have told us that? Adam, Barry, why would you question anything? We're bees. We're the most perfectly functioning society on Earth. They walk by a newspaper stand with a sandwich board reading, Bee goes berserk. Sting 7, then self. Angle on, a bee filling his car's gas tank from a honey pump. He fills his car some, then takes a swig for himself. Newspaper bee. To the bee guzzling gas. Hey, Barry and Adam begin to cross the street. Barry, yeah, but Adam, did you ever think that maybe things work a little too well around here? They stop in the middle of the street. The traffic moves perfectly around them. Adam, like what? Give me one example. Barry, thanks. I don't know, but you know what I'm talking about. They walk off. Sequence 400. Meet the jocks. Sound effects. The sound of pollen jocks. Pan down from the Hunnock statue. J-Gate announcer. Please clear the gate. Royal Nectar Force on approach. Royal Nectar Force on approach. Barry. Wait a second. Check it out. Hey, those are pollen jocks. Adam. Wow. 4 patrol bees fly in through the hive's giant Gothic entrance. The patrol bees are wearing fighter pilot helmets with black visors. Adam. Continued. I've never seen them this close. Barry. They know what it's like to go outside the hive. Adam. Yeah, but some of them don't come back. The nectar from the pollen jocks is removed from their backpacks and loaded into trucks on their way to Hunnock's. A small crowd forms around the patrol bees. Each one has a pit crew that takes their nectar. Lou LaDuca hurries a pit crew along. Lou LaDuca, you guys did great. You're monsters. You're sky freaks. I love it. Schoolgirls are jumping up and down and squealing nearby. Barry, I wonder where those guys have just been. Adam, I don't know. Barry, their day's not planned. Outside the hive, flying who knows where, doing who knows what. Adam, you can't just decide one day to be a pollen jock. You have to be bred for that. Barry, right. Pollen jocks cross in close proximity to Barry and Adam. Some pollen falls off onto Barry and Adam. Barry, continued. Look at that. There's more pollen than you and I will ever see in a lifetime. Adam, playing with the pollen. It's just a status symbol. I think bees make too big a deal out of it. Barry, perhaps, unless you're wearing it, and the ladies see you wearing it. Angle on 2 girl bees. Adam, those ladies, aren't they your cousins too? Barry, distant. Angle on 2 pollen jocks. Jackson, look at those 2. Splits. Couple of hive Harrys. Jackson, let's have some fun with them. The pollen jocks approach. Barry and Adam continue to talk to the girls. Girl 1, it must be so dangerous being a pollen jock. Barry, oh yeah, one time a bear had me pinned up against a mushroom. He had one paw on my throat, and with the other he was slapping me back and forth across the face. Girl 1, oh my, Barry, I never thought I'd knock him out. Girl 2, to Adam, and what were you doing during all this? Adam, obviously I was trying to alert the authorities. The girl swiped some pollen off of Adam with a finger. Barry, I can autograph that if you want. Jackson, little gusty out there today, wasn't it, comrades? Barry, yeah, gusty. Miles, huh? Adam, whispering. Barry, buzz. It's a puddle jump for us, but maybe you're not up for it. Barry, maybe I am. Adam, whispering louder. You are not. Buzz, we're going 0900 at J-Gate. Adam, whoa, buzz. Leaning in on top of Barry. What do you think, Buzzy boy? Are you B enough? Barry, I might be. It all depends on what 0900 means. Cut to sequence 450. The balcony. Interior. Benson House balcony. Later, Barry is standing on the balcony alone, looking out over the city. Martin Benson enters, sneaks up behind Barry, and gooses him in his ribs. Martin Benson. Hunnock's? Barry, oh Dad, you surprised me. Martin Benson, laughing. Have you decided what you're interested in, son? Barry, well, there's a lot of choices. Martin Benson, but you only get one. Martin laughs. Barry, Dad, do you ever get bored doing the same job every day? Martin Benson, son, let me tell you something about stirring, making the stirring motion. You grab that stick and you just move it around, and you stir it around. You get yourself into a rhythm. It's a beautiful thing. Barry, you know, Dad, the more I think about it, maybe the honey field just isn't right for me. Martin Benson, and you were thinking of what? Making balloon animals? That's a bad job for a guy with a stinger. Barry, well, no. Martin Benson, Janet, your son's not sure he wants to go into honey. Janet Benson, oh, Barry, you are so funny sometimes. Barry, I'm not trying to be funny. Martin Benson, you're not funny. You're going into honey. Our son, the stirrer. Janet Benson, you're going to be a stirrer? Barry, no one's listening to me. Martin Benson, wait until you see the sticks I have for you. Barry, I can say anything I want right now. I'm going to get an ant tattoo. Janet Benson, let's open some fresh honey and celebrate. Barry, maybe I'll pierce my thorax. Martin Benson, toasting. To honey. Barry, shave my antenna. Janet Benson, to honey. Barry, shack up with a grasshopper, get a gold tooth and start calling everybody dog. Cut 2. Sequence 760. Job placement. Exterior. Hunnock's lobby, continuous angle on a bee bus stop. One group of bees stands on the pavement as another group hovers above them. A double-decker bus pulls up. The hovering bees get on the top level, and the standing bees get on the bottom. Barry and Adam pull up outside of Hunnock's. Adam, I can't believe we're starting work today. Barry, today's the day. Adam jumps out of the car. Adam, come on, all the good jobs will be gone. Barry, yeah, right. Angle on a board reading job placement board. Buzzwell, the bee processor, is at the counter. Another bee applicant. Sandy Shrimpkin is exiting. Sandy Shrimpkin, is it still available? Buzzwell. Hang on. He looks at changing numbers on the board. 2 left, and one of them is yours. Congratulations, son. Step to the side, please. Sandy Shrimpkin. Yeah. Adam, to Sandy leaving. What did you get? Sandy Shrimpkin, picking the crud out. That is stellar. Adam, well. Buzzwell, to Adam and Barry. Couple of newbies? Adam, yes, sir. Our first day. We are ready. Buzzwell, well, step up and make your choice. Angle on, a chart, listing the different sectors of Hunex. Heating, cooling, viscosity, Krellman, pollen counting, stunt bee, pouring, stir, humming, regurgitating, front desk, hair removal, swatting, inspector number 7, chef, lint coordinator, stripe supervisor, antenna ball polisher, mite wrangler, swatting counselor, wax monkey, wing brusher, hive keeper, restroom attendant. Adam, to Barry. You want to go first? Barry, no, you go. Adam, oh my, what's available? Buzzwell, restroom attendant is always open, and not for the reason you think. Adam, any chance of getting onto the Krellman, sir? Buzzwell, sure, you're on. He plops the Krellman hat onto Adam's head. Angle on the job board. The columns read occupation, positions available, and status. The middle column has numbers, and the right column has job openings, flipping between open, pending, and closed. Buzzwell, continued. Oh, I'm sorry. The Krellman just closed out. Adam, oh, he takes the hat off Adam. Buzzwell, wax monkey is always open. The Krellman goes from closed to open. Buzzwell, continued. And the Krellman just opened up again. Adam, what happened? Buzzwell, well, whenever a bee dies, there's an opening, pointing at the board. See that? He's dead. Dead. Another dead one. Deady. Deadified. 2 more. Dead. Dead from the neck up, dead from the neck down. But that's life. Angle on. Barry's disturbed expression. Adam, feeling pressure to decide. Oh, this is so hard. Heating, cooling, stunt bee, pourer, stirrer, humming, inspector number 7, lint coordinator, stripe supervisor, antenna ball polisher, mite wrangler. Barry, what do I think I should do? Barry is gone. Cut to sequence 775. Lou LaDuca, speech, exterior, J-gate, same time. Splits, Jackson, Buzz, Lou, and 2 other bees are going through final pre-flight checks. Barry enters. Lou LaDuca, all right, we've got the sunflower patch in quadrant 9. Geranium window box on Sutton Place. Barry's antenna rings like a phone. Adam, voiceover, what happened to you? Where are you? Barry whispers throughout. Barry, I'm going out. Adam, voiceover, out? Out where? Barry, out there. Adam, voiceover, putting it together. Oh no, Barry, I have to before I go to work for the rest of my life. Adam, voiceover, you're going to die. You're crazy. Hello? Barry? Barry, oh, another call coming in. Adam, voiceover, you're crazy. Barry hangs up. Angle on Lou LaDuca. Lou LaDuca, if anyone's feeling brave, there's a Korean deli on 83rd that gets their roses today. Barry, timidly. Hey guys. Buzz, well look at that. Splits, isn't that the kid we saw yesterday? Lou LaDuca to Barry. Hold it, son. Flight deck's restricted. Jackson, it's okay, Lou. We're gonna take him up. Splits and Jackson chuckle. Lou LaDuca, really? Feeling lucky, are you? A younger, smaller bee than Barry, Chet, runs up with a release waiver for Barry to sign. Chet, sign here. Here. Just initial that. Thank you. Lou LaDuca, okay, you got a rain advisory today, and as you all know, bees cannot fly in rain, so be careful, as always. Reading off clipboard. Watch your brooms, hockey sticks, dogs, birds, bears, and bats. Also, I got a couple reports of root beer being poured on us. Murphy's in a home because of it, just babbling like a cicada. Barry, that's awful. Lou LaDuca. And a reminder for all you rookies, bee law number 1, absolutely no talking to humans. All right, launch positions. The jocks get into formation, chanting as they move. Lou LaDuca continued. Black and yellow. Jocks, hello? Splits, to Barry. Are you ready for this hot shot? Barry, yeah, bring it on. Barry nods, terrified. Buzz, wind check. Jock number 1, antennae, check. Jock number 2, nectar pack, check. Jackson, wings, check. Splits, stinger, check. Barry, scared out of my shorts. Check. Lula Duca. Okay, ladies, let's move it out. Everybody flips their goggles down. Pit crew bees crank their wings and remove the starting blocks. We hear loud humming. Lula Duca continued. Lula Duca continued. Pound these petunias, you striped stem suckers. All of you, drain these flowers. A flight deck guy in deep crouch hand signals them out the archway as the backwash from the bee wings flutters his jumpsuit. Barry follows everyone. Sequence 800. Flying with the jocks. The bees climb above treetops in formation. Barry is euphoric. Barry, whoa, I'm out. I can't believe I'm out. So blue. Ha ha ha. A beat. I feel so fast and free. Box kite? Wow, they fly by several bicyclists and approach a patch of flowers. Barry continued. Flowers. Splits. This is Blue Leader. We have Rose's visual. Bring it around 30 degrees and hold. Barry. Roses. Jackson. 30 degrees Roger, bringing it around. Many pollen jocks break off from the main group. They use their equipment to collect nectar from flowers. Barry flies down to watch the jocks collect the nectar. Jock. Stand to the side, kid. It's got a bit of a kick. The jock fires the gun and recoils. And Barry watches the gun fill up with nectar. Barry. Oh, that is one nectar collector. Jock. You ever see pollination up close? Barry. No, sir. He takes off and the excess pollen dust falls, causing the flowers to come back to life. Jock. As he pollinates. I pick some pollen up over here, sprinkle it over there, maybe a dash over there, pinch on that one. See that? It's a little bit of magic, ain't it? The flowers perk up as he pollinates. Barry. Wow, that's amazing. Why do we do that? Jock. That's pollen power, kid. More pollen, more flowers, more nectar, more honey for us. Barry. Cool. The jock winks at Barry. Barry rejoins the other jocks in the sky. They swoop in over a pond, kissing the surface. We see their image reflected in the water. They're really moving. They fly over a fountain. Buzz. I'm picking up a lot of bright yellow. Could be daisies. Don't we need those? Splits. Copy that visual. We see what appears to be yellow flowers on a green field. They go into a deep bank and dive. Buzz. Hold on. One of these flowers seems to be on the move. Splits. Say again. Are you reporting a moving flower? Buzz. Affirmative. Sequence 900. Tennis game. The pollen jock lands. It is a tennis court with dozens of tennis balls. A couple, Vanessa and Ken, plays tennis. The bees land right in the midst of a group of balls. Ken. That was on the line. The other bees start walking around amongst the immense yellow globes. Splits. This is the coolest. What is it? They stop at a ball on a white line and look up at it. Jackson. I don't know, but I'm loving this color. Splits. Smelling tennis ball. Smells good. Not like a flower, but I like it. Jackson. Yeah. Fuzzy. Buzz. Chemically. Jackson. Careful, guys. It's a little grabby. Barry lands on a ball and collapses. Barry. Oh, my sweet lord of bees. Jackson. Hey, Candy Brain, get off there. Barry attempts to pull his legs off, but they stick. Barry. Problem. A tennis shoe and a hand enter frame. The hand picks up the ball with Barry underneath it. Barry. Continued. Guys. Buzz. This could be bad. Jackson. Affirmative. Vanessa walks back to the service line, bounces the ball. Each time it bounces, the other bees cringe and gasp. Angle on Barry, terrified. Pure dumb luck. He's not getting squished. Barry, with each bounce. Very close. Gonna hurt. Mama's little boy. Splits. You are way out of position, rookie. Angle on Vanessa serving. We see Barry and the ball up against the racket as she brings it back. She tosses the ball into the air. Barry's eyes widen. The ball is struck and the rally is on. Ken, coming in at you like a missile. Ken hits the ball back. Barry feels the G-forces. Angle on the pollen jocks watching Barry pass by them in slow motion. Barry, in slow motion. Help me. Jackson. You know I don't think these are flowers. Splits. Should we tell him? Jackson. I think he knows. Barry. What is this? Vanessa hits a high-arching lob. Ken waits, poised for their turn. We see Barry having trouble maneuvering the ball from fatigue. Ken. Overly confident. Match point. Angle on Ken running up. He has a killer look in his eyes. He's going to hit the ultimate overhead smash. Ken continued. You can just start packing up, honey, because I believe you're about to eat it. Angle on pollen jocks. Jackson. Ahem. Ken is distracted by the jock. Ken. What? No. He misses badly. The ball rockets into oblivion. Barry is still hanging on. Angle on Ken, berating himself. Ken continued. Oh, you cannot be serious. We hear the ball whistling and Barry screaming. Barry. Yowzer. Sequence 1000, SUV. The ball flies through the air and lands in the middle of the street. It bounces into the street again and sticks in the grille of an SUV. Interior, car engine. Continuous Barry's POV. The grille of the SUV sucks him up. He tumbles through a black tunnel, whirring veins and pistons. Barry, ooh, eck, ah. Barry gets chilled by the AC system and sees a frozen grasshopper. Barry, continued. Ew, gross. Cut 2. Interior car, continuous. The car is packed with a typical suburban family. Mother, father, 8-year-old boy, little girl, in a car seat, and a grandmother. A big slobbery dog is behind the grate. Barry pops into the passenger compartment, hitting the mother's magazine. Mother, there's a bee in the car. They all notice the bee and start screaming. Barry, Barry tumbles around the car. We see the faces from his POV mother. Do something. Father, I'm driving. Barry flies by the little girl in her car seat. She waves hello. Little girl, hi bee. Son, he's back here. He's going to sting me. The car swerves around the road. Barry flies into the back where the slobbery dog snaps at him. Barry deftly avoids the jaws and gross flying spittle. Mother, nobody move. If you don't move, he won't sting you. Freeze. Everyone in the car freezes. Barry freezes. They stare at each other, eyes going back and forth, waiting to see who will make the first move. Barry blinks. Granny, he blinked. Granny pulls out a can of hairspray. Son, spray him. Granny. Granny sprays the hairspray everywhere. Father, what are you doing? Granny, it's hairspray. Extra hold. Mother, kill it. Barry gets sprayed back by the hairspray, then sucked out of the roof. Cut 2. Exterior. City street. Continuous Barry. Wow, the tension level out here is unbelievable. I've got to get home. As Barry flies down the street, it starts to rain. He nimbly avoids the rain at first. Barry, continued. Whoa, can't fly in rain, can't fly in rain, can't fly in. A couple of drops hit him. His wings go limp and he starts falling. Barry, continued. Mayday, mayday, bee going down. Barry sees a window ledge and aims for it and just makes it. Shivering and exhausted, he crawls into an open window as it closes. Sequence 1100. Vanessa saves Barry. Interior, Vanessa's apartment. Continuous, inside the window. Barry shakes off the rain like a dog. Vanessa, Ken, Andy, and Anda enter the apartment. Vanessa, Ken. Can you close the window, please? Ken. Huh? Oh, to Andy. Hey, check out my new resume. I made it into a fold-out brochure. You see? Folds out. Ken holds up his brochure with photos of himself and a resume in the middle. Angle on Barry hiding behind the curtains as Ken closes the window. Barry, oh no, more humans. I don't need this. Barry hovers up into the air and throws himself into the glass. Barry, continued, dazed. This time. Barry jumps onto the drapes. Barry, continued, out of breath. Drapes! That is diabolical. Ken, it's fantastic. It's got all my special skills, even my top 10 favorite movies. Andy, what's your number 1? Star Wars? Ken, I don't go for that. Make Star Wars noises. Kind of stuff. Angle on Barry. Barry, no wonder we're not supposed to talk to them. They're out of their minds. Ken, when I walk out of a job interview, they're flabbergasted. They can't believe the things I say. Barry looks around and sees the light bulb fixture in the middle of the ceiling. Barry, oh, there's the sun. Maybe that's the way out. Barry takes off and heads straight for the light bulb. His POV, the 75-watt label, grows as he gets closer. Barry, continued. I don't remember the sun having a big 75 on it. Barry hits the bulb but is knocked silly. He falls into a bowl of guacamole. Andy dips chips in the guacamole, taking Barry with it. Angle on Ken and Andy. Ken, I'll tell you what. You know what? I predicted global warming. I could feel it getting hotter. At first I thought it was just me. Barry's POV. Giant human mouth opening. Ken continued. Wait, stop, bee! Anna, kill it, kill it! They all jump up from their chairs. Andy looks around for something to use. Ken comes in for the kill with a big Timberland boot on each hand. Ken, stand back. These are winter boots. Vanessa enters and stops Ken from squashing Barry. Vanessa grabs Ken's arm. Wait, don't kill him. Close up on Barry's puzzled face. Ken, you know I'm allergic to them. This thing could kill me. Vanessa, why does his life have any less value than yours? She takes a glass tumbler and places it over Barry. Ken, why does his life have any less value than mine? Is that your statement? Vanessa, I'm just asking. All life has value. You don't know what he's capable of feeling. Barry looks up through the glass and watches this conversation, astounded. Vanessa rips Ken's resume in half and slides it under the glass. Ken, wistful. My brochure. There's a moment of eye contact as she carries Barry to the window. She opens it and sets him free. Vanessa, there you go, little guy. Ken, I'm not scared of them, but you know, it's an allergic thing. Andy, Hey, why don't you put that on your resume brochure? Ken, it's not funny. My whole face could puff up. Andy, making it one of your special skills. Ken, you know, knocking someone out is also a special skill. Cut to exterior, windowsill, continuous. Barry stares over the window frame. He can't believe what's just happened. It is still raining. Dissolve to sequence 1200. Barry speaks. Exterior, windowsill. Later, Barry is still staring through the window. Inside, everyone's saying their goodbyes. Ken, Vanessa, next week? Yogurt night? Vanessa, yeah, sure I can. You know, whatever. Ken, you can put carob chips on there. Vanessa, good night, Ken, as he exits. Supposed to be less calories or something. Vanessa, bye. She shuts the door. Vanessa starts cleaning up. Barry, I've got to say something. She saved my life. I've got to say something. All right, here it goes. Barry flies in. Interior, Vanessa's apartment. Continuous. Barry hides himself on different products placed around the kitchen shelf. He hides on a Bumblebee tuna can and a Greetings from Coney Island Muscle Man postcard on the fridge. Barry, on fridge. What would I say? Landing on a bottle. I could really get in trouble. He stands looking at Vanessa. Barry, continue. It's a B law. You're not supposed to talk to a human. I can't believe I'm doing this. I've got to. Oh, I can't do it. Come on. No, yes, no, do it. I can't. How should I start it? Do you like jazz? No, that's no good. Here she comes. Speak, you fool. As Vanessa walks by, Barry takes a deep breath. Barry, continued. Cheerful. Hi. Vanessa drops a stack of dishes and hops back. Barry continued. I'm sorry. Vanessa, you're talking. Barry, yes, I know. Vanessa, you're talking. Barry, I know, I'm sorry, I'm so sorry. Vanessa, it's okay, it's fine, it's just, I know I'm dreaming and I don't recall going to bed. Barry, well, you know, I'm sure this is a very disconcerting. Vanessa, well, yeah, I mean, this is a bit of a surprise to me. I mean, you're a bee. Barry, yeah, I am a bee. And you know, I'm not supposed to be doing this. But they were all trying to kill me, and if it wasn't for you, I mean, I had to thank you. It's just the way I was raised. Vanessa intentionally jabs her hand with a fork. Vanessa, ow! Barry, that was a little weird. Vanessa, to herself, I'm talking to a bee. Barry, yeah. Vanessa, I'm talking to a bee. Barry, anyway. Vanessa, and a bee is talking to me. Barry, I just want you to know that I'm grateful and I'm going to leave now. Vanessa, wait. How did you learn to do that? Barry, what? Vanessa, the talking thing. Barry, same way you did, I guess. Mama, Dada, honey, you pick it up. Vanessa, that's very funny. Barry, yeah, bees are funny. If we didn't laugh, we'd cry. With what we have to deal with. Vanessa laughs. Barry, continued. Anyway. Vanessa, can I get you something? Barry, like what? Vanessa, I don't know. I don't know. Coffee? Barry, well, I don't want to put you out. Vanessa, it's no trouble. Barry, unless you're making anyway. Vanessa, oh, it takes 2 minutes. Barry, really? Vanessa, it's just coffee. Barry, I hate to impose. Vanessa, don't be ridiculous. Barry, actually, I would love a cup. Vanessa, hey, you want a little rum cake? Barry, I really shouldn't. Vanessa, have a little couple micrograms here. Vanessa, where? Barry, well, these stripes don't help. Vanessa, you look great. Barry, I don't know if you know anything about fashion. Vanessa starts pouring the coffee through an imaginary cup and directly onto the floor. Barry, continued. Are you all right? Vanessa, dissolve to. Sequence 1300. Rooftop coffee. Exterior, Vanessa's roof. Later, Barry and Vanessa are drinking coffee on her roof terrace. He is perched on her keychain. Barry, he can't get a taxi. He's making the tie in the cab as they're flying up Madison. So he finally gets there. Vanessa, uh-huh. Barry, he runs up the steps into the church. The wedding is on. Vanessa, yeah. Barry, and he says, watermelon? I thought you said Guatemalan. Vanessa, huh? Barry, why would I marry a watermelon? Barry laughs. Vanessa doesn't. Vanessa, oh, is that a bee joke? Barry, yeah, that's the kind of stuff that we do. Vanessa, yeah, different. A beat. Vanessa, continued. So anyway, what are you going to do, Barry? Barry, about work? I don't know. I want to do my part for the hive, but I can't do it the way they want. Vanessa, I know how you feel. Barry, you do? Vanessa, sure. My parents wanted me to be a lawyer or doctor, but I want to be a florist. Barry, really? Vanessa, my only interest is flowers. Barry, our new queen was just elected with that same campaign slogan. Vanessa, oh, Barry. Barry, anyway, see, there's my hive right there. You can see it. Vanessa, oh, you're in Sheep Meadow. Barry, excited. Yes. You know the turtle pond? Vanessa, yes. Barry, I'm right off of that. Vanessa, oh, no way. I know that area. Do you know I lost a toe ring there once? Barry, really? Vanessa, yes. Barry, why do girls put rings on their toes? Vanessa, why not? Barry, I don't know. It's like putting a hat on your knee. Vanessa, really? Okay. A janitor in the background changes the light bulb. To him, it appears that Vanessa is talking to an imaginary friend. Janitor, you all right, ma'am? Vanessa, oh yeah, just fine. Just having 2 cups of coffee. Barry, anyway, this has been great, wiping his mouth. Thanks to the coffee. Barry gazes at Vanessa. Vanessa, oh, yeah, it's no trouble. Barry, sorry I couldn't finish it. Vanessa giggles. Barry, continued. If I did, I'd be up the rest of my life. Can I take a piece of this with me? Vanessa, sure. Here, have a crumb. She takes a crumb from the plate and hands it to Barry. Barry, a little dreamy. Oh, thanks. Vanessa, yeah. There's an awkward pause. Barry, all right. Well, then, I guess I'll see you around, or not. Or Vanessa. Okay, Barry. Barry, and thank you so much. Again, for before. Vanessa, oh, that. Barry hands and shakes Barry gingerly. The janitor watches. The light bulb shorts out. The janitor falls. Cut to sequence 1400. Hunnex interior. Hunnex building. Next day, angle on. A test B wearing a parachute is in a wind tunnel, hovering through increasingly heavy winds. Signs under a flashing light read test in progress and hurricane survival test. 2 Bs in a lab coat are observing behind glass. Lab coat B1. This can't possibly work. Lab coat B2. Well, he's all set to go. We may as well try it. Into the mic. Okay, Dave, pull the chute. The test B opens his parachute. He's instantly blown against the rear wall. Barry and Adam enter. Adam, sounds amazing. Barry, oh, it was amazing. It was the scariest, happiest moment of my life. Adam, humans, I can't believe you were with humans. Giant, scary humans, what were they like? Barry, huge and crazy. They talk crazy, they eat crazy giant things, they drive around real crazy. Adam, and do they try and kill you like on TV? Barry, some of them, but some of them don't. Adam, how'd you get back? Barry, poodle. Adam, look, you did it, and I'm glad. You saw whatever you wanted to see out there. You had your experience. And now you're back. You can pick up your job and everything can be normal. Angle on lava bees examining a candy corn through a microscope. Barry, well, Adam, well? Barry, well, I met someone. Adam, you met someone? Was she bee-ish? Barry, Adam, not a wasp. Your parents will kill you. Barry, no, not a wasp. Adam, spider? Barry, you know I'm not attracted to the spiders. I know to everyone else it's like the hottest thing with the 8 legs and all. I can't get by that face. Barry makes a spider face. Adam, so who is she? Barry, she's a human. Adam, oh, no. That didn't happen. You didn't do that. That is a bee law. You wouldn't break a bee law. Barry, her name's Vanessa. Adam, oh boy. Barry, she's so nice, and she's a florist. Adam, oh, no. You're dating a human florist? Barry, we're not dating. Adam, you're flying outside the hive. You're talking to human beings that attack our homes with power washes and M80s. That's 1/8 of a stick of dynamite. Barry, she saved my life, and she understands me. Adam, this is over. Barry pulls out the crumb. Barry, eat this. Barry stuffs the crumb into Adam's face. Adam, this is not over. What was that? Barry, they call it a crumb. Adam, that was so stinging stripy, Barry, and that's not even what they eat. That just falls off of what they eat. Do you know what a Cinnabon is? Adam, no. Barry, it's bread. Adam, come in here. Barry and cinnamon. Adam, be quiet. Barry and frosting. They heat it up. Adam, sit down. Interior, Adam's office. Continuous. Barry, really hot. Adam, listen to me. We are not them. We're us. There's us and there's them. Barry, yes, but who can deny the heart that is yearning? Barry rolls his chair down the corridor. Adam, there's no yearning. Stop yearning. Listen to me. You have got to start thinking B, my friend. Another B joins in. Another B, thinking B. Wider shot as a third B enters, popping up over the cubicle wall. Third B, thinking B. Even wider shot as all the Bs join in. Other Bs, thinking B, thinking B. Cut to sequence 1500. Poolside, nagging, exterior backyard parents' house. Day. Barry sits on a raft in Hexagon Honey Pool, legs dangling into the water. Janet Benson and Martin Benson stand over him, wearing big 60s sunglasses and cabana-type outfits. The sun shines brightly against their heads. Janet Benson. There he is. He's in the pool. Martin Benson. You know what your problem is? Barry. Barry, I've got to start thinking B? Martin Benson. Barry, how much longer is this going to go on? It's been 3 days. I don't understand why you're not working. Barry, well, I've got a lot of big life decisions I'm thinking about. Martin Benson. What life? You have no life. You have no job. You're barely a bee. Barry throws his hands in the air. Barry, ah, Janet Benson, would it kill you to make a little honey? Barry rolls off the raft and sinks to the bottom of the pool. We hear his parents' muffled voices from above the surface. Janet Benson continued, muffled. Barry, come out from under there. Your father's talking to you. Martin, would you like to talk to him? Martin Benson. Barry, I'm talking to you. Dissolve to exterior, picnic area, day. Music, Sugar, Sugar, by the Archies. Barry and Vanessa are having a picnic. A mosquito lands on Vanessa's leg. She swats it violently. Barry's head whips around, aghast. They stare at each other, awkwardly, in a frozen moment, then burst into hysterical laughter. Vanessa gets up. Vanessa, you coming? Barry, got everything? Vanessa, all set. Vanessa gets into a one-man, ultralight plane with a black and yellow paint scheme. She puts on her helmet. Barry, you go ahead. I'll catch up. Vanessa, come hither, Wink. Don't be too long. The ultralight takes off. Barry catches up. They fly side by side. Vanessa continued. Watch this. Vanessa does a loop and flies right into the side of a mountain, bursting into a huge ball of flames. Barry, yelling anguished, Vanessa! Exterior, Barry's parents' house. Continuous angle on Barry's face, bursting through the surface of the pool, gasping for air, eyes opening in horror. Martin Benson, we're still here. Barry, Janet Benson, I told you not to yell at him. He doesn't respond when you yell at him. Martin Benson, then why are you yelling at me? Janet Benson, because you don't listen. Martin Benson, I'm not listening to this. Barry is toweling off, putting on his sweater. Barry, sorry, Mom, I've got to go. Janet Benson, where are you going? Barry, nowhere. I'm meeting a friend. Barry jumps off the balcony and exits. Janet Benson, calling after him. A girl? Is this why you can't decide? Barry, bye. Janet Benson, I just hope she's B-ish. Cut 2, sequence 1700, B-movie, street walk / supermarket. Exterior, Vanessa's florist shop. Day. Vanessa flips the sign to say, sorry, we missed you, and locks the door. Angle on a poster on Vanessa's door for the Tournament of Roses parade in Pasadena. Barry, so they have a huge parade of just flowers every year in Pasadena? Vanessa, oh, to be in the Tournament of Roses, that's every florist's dream. Up on a float, surrounded by flowers, crowds cheering. Barry, wow, a tournament? The Roses actually compete in athletic events? Vanessa, no. Alright, I've got one. How come you don't fly everywhere? Barry, it's exhausting. Why don't you run everywhere? Vanessa, Barry, isn't that faster? Vanessa, yeah, okay, I see. Alright, your turn. Barry and Vanessa walk / fly down a New York side street. No other pedestrians near them. Barry, TiVo, you can just freeze live TV? That's insane. Vanessa, what, you don't have anything like that? Barry, we have TiVo, but it's a disease. It's a horrible, horrible disease. Vanessa, oh my. They turn the corner onto a busier avenue, and people start to swat at Barry. Man, dumb bees. Vanessa, you just want to sting all those jerks. Barry, we really try not to sting. It's usually fatal for us. Vanessa, so you really have to watch your temper? They enter a supermarket. Cut to interior. Supermarket. Barry. Oh yeah, very carefully. You kick a wall, take a walk, write an angry letter and throw it out. You work through it like any emotion. Anger, jealousy, under his breath, lust. Barry hops on top of some cardboard boxes in the middle of an aisle. A stock boy, Hector, waxing with a rolled-up magazine. Vanessa to Barry. Oh my goodness, are you okay? Barry. Yeah, phew. Vanessa whacks Hector over the head with a magazine. Vanessa to Hector. What is wrong with you? Hector. It's a bug. Vanessa. Well, he's not bothering anybody. Get out of here, you creep. Vanessa pushes him, and Hector exits, muttering. Barry, shaking it off. What was that? A pick and save circular? Vanessa. Yeah, it was. How did you know? Barry, it felt like about 10 pages. 75's pretty much our limit. Vanessa. Boy, you've really got that down to a science. Barry. Oh, we have to. I lost a cousin to Italian Vogue. Vanessa. I'll bet. Barry stops, sees the wall of honey jars. Barry. What in the name of mighty Hercules is this? How did this get here? Cute Bee, Golden Blossom, Ray Liotta Private Select. Vanessa. Is he that actor? Barry. I never heard of him. Why is this here? Vanessa. For people. We eat it. Barry. Why? Gesturing around the market. You don't have enough food of your own? Vanessa. Well, yes. Barry. How do you even get it? Vanessa. Well, bees make it. Barry. I know who makes it, and it's hard to make it. There's heating and cooling and stirring. You need a whole Krellman thing. Vanessa. It's organic, Barry. It's our organic. Vanessa. It's just honey. Barry. Just what? Bees don't know about this. This is stealing. A lot of stealing. You've taken our homes, our schools, our hospitals. This is all we have, and it's on sale. I'm going to get to the bottom of this. I'm going to get to the bottom of this all. He rips the label off the Ray Liotta Private Select. Cut to sequence 1800, B movie, windshield exterior back of supermarket, loading dock, later that day. Barry disguises himself by blacking out his yellow lines with a magic marker and putting on some war paint. He sees Hector the stock boy with a knife, cutting open cardboard boxes filled with honey jars. Man, you almost done? Hector, almost. Barry steps in some honey, making a snapping noise. Hector stops and turns. Hector continued, he's here. I sense it. Hector grabs his box cutter. Barry reacts, hides himself behind the box again. Hector continued, talking too loud, to no one in particular. Well, I guess I'll go home now and just leave this nice honey out with no one around a beat. Hector pretends to exit, takes a couple of steps in place. Angle on the honey jar. Barry steps out into a moody spotlight. Barry, you're busted, box boy. Hector, aha, I knew I heard something. So, you can talk. Barry flies up, stinger out, pushing Hector up against the wall. As Hector backs up, he drops his knife. Barry, oh, I can talk, and now you're gonna start talking. Where are you getting all this sweet stuff? Who's your supplier? Hector, I don't know what you're talking about. I thought we were all friends. The last thing we want to do is upset any of you bees. Hector grabs a pushpin. Barry fences with a stinger. Hector continued, you're too late. It's ours now. Barry, you, sir, have crossed the wrong sword. Hector, you, sir, are about to be lunch for my iguana, Ignacio. Barry and Hector get into a cross-swords, nose-to-nose confrontation. Barry, where's the honey coming from? Barry knocks the pushpin out of his hand. Barry puts his stinger up to Hector's nose. Barry continued, tell me where. Hector, pointing to a truck. Honey Farms. It comes from Honey Farms. Angle on, a Honey Farms truck leaving the parking lot. Barry turns, takes off after the truck through an alley. He follows the truck out onto a busy street, dodging a bus and several cabs. Cabby, crazy person. He flies through a metal pipe on the top of a truck. Barry, ooh. Barry continued, grabs onto a bicycle messenger's backpack. The Honey Farms truck starts to pull away. Barry uses the bungee cord to slingshot himself towards the truck. He lands on the windshield where the wind plasters him to the glass. He looks up to find himself surrounded by what appear to be dead bugs. He climbs across, working his way around the bodies. Barry continued, oh my, what horrible thing has happened here. Look at these faces. They never know what hit them, and now they're on the road to nowhere. A mosquito opens his eyes. Moose blood. Psst. Just keep still. Barry, what? You're not dead? Moose blood. Do I look dead? Hey man, they will wipe anything that moves. Now, where are you headed? Barry, to Honey Farms. I'm onto something huge here. Moose blood. I'm going to Alaska. Moose blood. Crazy stuff. Blows your head off. Ladybug. I'm going to Tacoma. Barry, to fly. What about you? Moose blood. He really is dead. Barry, all right. The wiper comes toward them. Moose blood. Uh-oh. Barry, what is that? Moose blood. Oh no, it's a wiper. Triple blade. Barry, triple blade? Moose blood, jump on. It's your only chance, B. They hang on as the wiper goes back and forth. Moose blood continued, yelling to the truck driver through the glass. Why does everything have to be so doggone clean? How much do you people need to see? Open your eyes, stick your head out the window. Cut to interior, truck, cab, sound effects, radio voice for NPR News in Washington. I'm Carl Castle. Exterior, truck, windshield, moose blood. But don't kill no more bugs. The mosquito is flung off of the wiper. Moose blood. Continued. B. Barry. Moose blood guy. Barry slides towards the end of the wiper, is thrown off, but he grabs the aerial and hangs on for dear life. Barry looks across and sees a Cricket on another vehicle in the exact same predicament. They look at each other and scream in unison. Barry and Cricket. Ah! Another bug grabs onto the aerial and screams as well. Interior, truck cab. Same time driver. You hear something? Truck passenger. Like what? Driver. Like tiny screaming. Trucker passenger. Turn off the radio. The driver reaches down and presses a button, lowering the aerial. Exterior truck windshield. Same time. Barry and the other bug do a choose up to the bottom. Barry wins. Barry, aha! Then he finally has to let go and gets thrown onto the truck horn atop cab. Moose blood is inside. Moose blood. Hey, what's up, B-boy? Barry, hey, blood. Dissolve 2. Interior truck horn. Later, Barry. And it was just an endless row of honey jars as far as the eye could see. Moose blood. Wow. Barry, so I'm just assuming wherever this honey truck goes, that's where they're getting it. I mean, that honey's ours. Moose blood. Bees, hang on tight. Barry, well, we're all jammed in there. It's a close community. Moose blood. Not us, man. We're on our own. Every mosquito is on his own. Barry, but what if you get in trouble? Moose blood. Trouble? You're a mosquito. You're in trouble. Nobody likes us. They're just all smacking. People see a mosquito, smack, smack. Barry, at least you're out in the world. You must meet a lot of girls. Moose blood. Mosquito girls try to trade up. get with a moth, dragonfly. Mosquito girl don't want no mosquito. A blood mobile picks up alongside. Moose blood continued. Whoa, you have got to be kidding me. Moose blood's about to leave the building. So long, B. Moose blood exits the horn and jumps onto the bloodmobile. Moose blood continued. Hey guys, I knew I'd catch you all down here. Did you bring your crazy straws? Cut 2, sequence 1900, B-movie, the apiary, exterior apiary, later Barry sees a sign. Honey Farms. The truck comes to a stop. Sound effects. The Honey Farms truck blares its horn. Barry flies out, lands on the hood. Angle on 2 beekeepers, Freddy and Elmo, walking around to the back of the gift shop. Barry follows them and lands in a nearby tree. Freddy. Then we throw it in some jars, slap a label on it, and it's pretty much pure profit. Barry, what is this place? Elmo, bees got a brain the size of a pinhead. Freddy, they are pinheads. They both laugh. Angle on, Barry reacting. They arrive at the back of the shop where one of them opens a smoker box. Freddy, continue. Hey, check out the new smoker. Elmo, oh sweet, that's the one you want. Freddy, the Thomas 3000. Barry, smoker? Freddy, 90 puffs a minute, semi-automatic, twice the nicotine, all the tar. They laugh again, nefariously. Freddy, continued. Couple of breaths of this and it knocks them right out. They make the honey and we make the money. Barry, they make the honey and we make the bunny? Bunny? Barry climbs onto the netting of Freddy's hat. He climbs up to the brim and looks over the edge. He sees the apiary boxes as Freddy smokes them. Barry, continued. Oh my. As Freddy turns around, Barry jumps onto an open apiary box and onto an apartment. Howard and Fran are just coming to and from the smoking. Barry, continued. What's going on? Are you okay? Howard, yeah, it doesn't last too long. He coughs a few times. Barry, how did you two get here? Do you know you're in a fake hive with fake walls? Howard, pointing to a picture on the wall. Our queen was moved here. We had no choice. Barry, looking at a picture on the wall. This is your queen? That's a man in women's clothes. That's a drag queen. The other wall opens. Barry sees the hundreds of apiary boxes. Barry, continued. What is this? Barry pulls out his camera and starts snapping. Barry, continued. Oh no, there's hundreds of them. Voiceover as Barry takes pictures. Bee honey, our honey, is being brazenly stolen on a massive scale. Cut 2, sequence C. Sequence 2100, B-movie. Barry tells family, interior. Barry's parents' house, living room. Later, Barry has assembled his parents, Adam and Uncle Carl. Barry, this is worse than anything the bears have done to us, and I intend to do something about it. Janet, Benson. Oh, Barry, stop. Martin Benson. Who told you that humans are taking our honey? That's just a rumor. Barry, do these look like rumors? Barry throws the pictures onto the table. Uncle Carl, cleaning his glasses with his shirt tail, digs through a bowl of nuts with his finger. Howard, continued. Uncle Carl, that's a conspiracy theory. These are obviously doctored photos. Janet Benson. Barry, how did you get mixed up in all this? Adam, jumping up. Because he's been talking to humans. Janet Benson. What? Martin Benson. Talking to humans? Oh, Barry. Adam, he has a human girlfriend and they make out. Janet Benson. Make out? Barry? Barry, we do not. Adam, you wish you could. Barry, whose side are you on? Adam, the bees. Uncle Carl stands up and pulls his pants up to his chest. Uncle Carl, I dated a cricket once in San Antonio. Man, those crazy legs kept me up all night. How-chiwa. Janet Benson. Barry, this is what you want to do with your life? Barry, this is what I want to do for all our lives. Nobody works harder than bees. Dad, I remember you coming home some nights so overworked. Your hands were still stirring. You couldn't stop them. Martin Benson. Janet Benson to Martin. I remember that. Barry, what right do they have to take our hard-earned honey? They're living on 2 cups a year. They're putting it in lip balm for no reason whatsoever. Martin Benson. Even if that's true, Barry, what could one bee do? Barry, I'm going to sting them where it really hurts. Martin Benson. In the face? Barry. No. Martin Benson. In the eye? That would really hurt. Barry. No. Martin Benson. Up the nose? That's a killer. Barry. No, there's only one hive you can sting. There's only one place you can sting the humans. One place where it really matters. Cut to sequence 2300. B-movie. Hive at 5 bees. B. Larry King. Barry continued. Interior news studio. Day. Dramatic news music. Plays as the opening news sequence rolls. We see the Hive at 5 logo, followed by shots of past news events, a bee freeway chase, a bee beard protest rally, and a bear pawing at the hive as the bees flee in panic. Bob Bumble, voiceover. Hive at 5, the hive's only full-hour action news source. Shots of newscasters flash up on screen. Bob Bumble, voiceover, continued. With Bob Bumble at the anchor desk, Bob has a big shock of anchorman hair, gray temples, and overly white teeth. Bob Bumble, voiceover, continued. Weather with Storm Stinger, sports with Buzz Larvey, and Jeanette Chung. Jeanette is an Asian bee. Bob Bumble, continued. Good evening, I'm Bob Bumble. Jeanette Chung, and I'm Jeanette Chung. Bob Bumble, our top story, a Tri-County bee. Barry Benson, insert. Barry's graduation picture. Bob Bumble continued, is saying he intends to sue the human race for stealing our honey, packaging it, and profiting from it illegally. Q2, interior, B in the studio, B. Larry King, live B. Larry King, wearing suspenders and glasses, is interviewing Barry. A lower third chyron reads, B. Larry King live. B. Larry King. Don't forget, tomorrow night on B. Larry King, we're going to have 3 former queens all right here in our studio discussing their new book, Classy Ladies, out this week on Hexagon. To Barry. Tonight, we're talking to Barry Benson. Did you ever think, I'm just a kid from the hive, I can't do this? Barry, Larry, bees have never been afraid to change the world. I mean, what about B. Columbus, B. Gandhi, B. Jesus, B. Larry King? Well, where I'm from, you wouldn't think of suing humans. We were thinking more like stickball, candy stores. Barry, how old are you? B. Larry King, I want you to know that the entire bee community is supporting you in this case, which is certain to be the trial of the bee century. Barry, thank you, Larry. You know, they have a Larry King in the human world, too. B. Larry King. It's a common name. Next week on B. Larry King. Barry, no, I mean, he looks like you, and he has a show with suspenders and different colored dots behind him. B. Larry King. Next week on B. Larry King. Barry, old guy glasses, and there's quotes along the bottom from the guest. You're watching even though you just heard them. B. Larry King. Bear Week next week. They're scary, they're hairy, and they're here live. B. Larry King. Exits. Barry, always lean forward. Pointing shoulders, squinty eyes. Lights go out. Very Jewish. Cut to sequence 2400. Flower shop. Interior. Vanessa's flower shop. Night. Stacks of law books are piled up. Legal forms, etc. Vanessa is talking with Ken in the other room. Ken, look, in tennis, you attack at the point of weakness. Vanessa, but it was my grandmother, Ken. She's 81. Ken, honey, her backhand's a joke. I'm not going to take advantage of that. Barry, quiet, please. Actual work going on here. Ken, is that same bee? Barry, yes, it is. Vanessa, I'm helping him sue the human race. Ken, what? Barry enters. Barry, oh, hello. Ken, hello, bee. Barry flies over to Vanessa. Vanessa, this is Ken. Barry, yeah, I remember you. Timberland, size 10.5. Verbum Soul, I believe. Ken, why does he talk again, hon? Vanessa, to Ken, sensing the tension. Listen, you'd better go, because we're really busy working. Ken, but it's our yogurt night. Vanessa, pushing him out the door. Oh, bye-bye. She closes the door. Ken, why is yogurt night so difficult? Vanessa enters the back room, carrying coffee. Vanessa, oh, you poor thing. You two have been at this for hours. Barry, yes, and Adam here has been a huge help. Angle on an empty Cinnabon box with Adam asleep inside, covered in frosting. Vanessa, how many sugars? Barry, just one. I try not to use the competition. So why are you helping me anyway? Vanessa, these have good qualities. Barry, rolling on the sugar cube like a gondola. Si, certo? Vanessa, and it feels good to take my mind off the shop. I don't know why. Instead of flowers, people are giving balloon bouquets now. Barry, yeah, those are great if you're 3. Vanessa, and artificial flowers. Barry, oh, they just get me psychotic. Vanessa, yeah, me too. Barry, the bent stingers, the pointless pollination. Vanessa, bees must hate those fake plastic things. Barry, there's nothing worse than a daffodil that's had work done. Vanessa, holding up the lawsuit documents. Well, maybe this can make up for it a little bit. Cut to exterior, Vanessa's florist shop. They exit the store and cross to the mailbox. Vanessa, you know, Barry, this lawsuit is a pretty big deal. Barry, I guess. Vanessa, are you sure that you want to go through with this? Barry, am I sure? Kicking the envelope into the mailbox. When I'm done with the humans, they won't be able to say, honey, I'm home without paying a royalty. Cut to sequence 2700, B-movie, Meet Montgomery. Exterior, Manhattan Courthouse. Day, POV shot. A camera feed turns on, revealing a news person. Press person number 2, talking to camera. Sarah, it's an incredible scene here in downtown Manhattan where all eyes and ears of the world are anxiously waiting, because for the first time in history, we're going to hear for ourselves if the honeybee can actually speak. Angle on Barry, Vanessa, and Adam getting out of the cab. The press spots Barry and Vanessa and pushes in. Adam sits on Vanessa's shoulder. Interior, courthouse, continuous. Barry, Vanessa, and Adam sit at the plaintiff's table. Vanessa turns to Barry. What have we gotten into here, Barry? Barry, I don't know, but it's pretty big, isn't it? Adam, I can't believe how many humans don't have to be at work during the day. Barry, hey, you think those billion-dollar multinational food companies have good lawyers? Cut to exterior courthouse steps. Continuous. A big black car pulls up. Angle on the grill filling the frame. We see the LTM monogram on the hood ornament. The defense lawyer, Leighton T. Montgomery. Alright, so apparently you can only live stream for an hour before Instagram like automatically kicks you off or something, so here's my continuation. Just picking up where I left off. Cut 2, interior courthouse. Continuous, Barry shudders. Vanessa, what's the matter? Barry, I don't know, I just gotta chill. Montgomery enters. He walks by Barry's table, shaking a honey packet. Montgomery, well, if it isn't the B team. Any of you boys work on this? He chuckles. The judge enters. Sequence 3000, B movie. Witnesses. Bailiff. All rise. The Honorable Judge Bumbleton, presiding. Judge, shuffling papers. All right. Case number 4475, Superior Court of New York. Barry B. Benson versus the honey industry is now in session. Mr. Montgomery, you are representing the 5 major food companies, collectively. Angle on Montgomery's briefcase. It has an embossed emblem of an eagle, holding a gavel in one talon and a briefcase in the other. Montgomery, a privilege. Judge, Mr. Benson. Barry stands. Judge, continued. You are representing all bees of the world? Montgomery, the stenographer and the jury lean in. Cut 2, exterior courthouse, continuous. The spectators outside freeze. The helicopters angle forward to listen closely. Cut 2, interior courthouse, Barry. Bzz, bzz, bzz. I'm kidding. Yes, Your Honor, we are ready to proceed. Angle on. Courtroom hubbub. Judge and Mr. Montgomery, your opening statement, please. Montgomery rises. Montgomery grumbles, clears his throat. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, my grandmother was a simple woman. Born on a farm, she believed it was man's divine right to benefit from the bounty of nature God put before us. If we were to live in the topsy-turvy world Mr. Benson imagines, just think of what it would mean. Maybe I'd have to negotiate with the silkworm for the elastic in my breeches. Talking bee, how do we know that this isn't some sort of holographic motion picture capture Hollywood wizardry? They could be using laser beams, robots, ventriloquism, cloning. For all we know, he could be on steroids. Montgomery leers at Barry, who moves to the stand. Judge, Mr. Benson? Barry makes his opening statement. Barry, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, there's no trickery here. I'm just an ordinary bee, and as a bee, honey's pretty important to me. It's important to all bees. We invented it, we make it, and we protect it with our lives. Unfortunately, there are some people in this room who think they can take whatever they want from us because we're the little guys. And what I'm hoping is that after this is all over, you'll see how by taking our honey, you're not only taking away everything we have, but everything we are. Angle on, Vanessa smiling. Angle on the bee gallery, wiping tears away. Cut to interior Benson house. Barry's family is watching the case on TV. Janet Benson. Oh, I wish you would dress like that all the time. So nice. Cut to interior courtroom. Later. Judge, call your first witness. Cut 2, interior courthouse. Later, Barry. So, Mr. Klaus, Vanderhayden of Honey Farms. Pretty big company you have here. Mr. Vanderhayden. I suppose so. Barry and I see you also own Honeyburton and Honron. Mr. Vanderhayden. Yes, they provide beekeepers for our farms. Barry. Beekeeper. I find that to be a very disturbing term, I have to say. I don't imagine you employ any bee freers, do you? Mr. Vanderhayden. No. Barry. I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you. Mr. Vanderhayden. Louder. No. Barry. No. Because you don't free bees. You keep bees. And not only that, it seems you thought a bear would be an appropriate image for a jar of honey. Mr. Vanderhayden. Well, they're very lovable creatures. Yogi Bear, Fozzie Bear, Build-A-Bear. Barry. Yeah, you mean like this? Vanessa and the superintendent from her building enter with a giant ferocious grizzly bear. He has a neck collar and chains extending from either side. By pulling the chains, they bring him directly in front of Vanderhayden. The bear lunges and roars. Barry continued, Bears kill bees. How would you like his big hairy head crashing into your living room, biting into your couch, spitting out your throw pillows? Roar, roar. The bear reacts. Bear, roar. Barry, okay, that's enough. Take him away. Vanessa and the superintendent pull the bear out of the courtroom. Vanderhayden trembles. The judge glares at him. Cut to interior courtroom. A little later. Barry questions. Sting. Barry. So, Mr. Sting. Thank you for being here. Your name intrigues me, I have to say. Where have I heard it before? Sting. I was with a band called The Police. Barry. But you haven't been a police officer of any kind, have you? Sting. No, I haven't. Barry, no, you haven't. And so here we have yet another example of bee culture being casually stolen by a human for nothing more than a prance about stage name. Sting. Oh, please. Barry, have you ever been stung, Mr. Sting? Because I'm feeling a little stung. Sting, or should I say, Mr. Gordon M. Sumner. The jury gasps. Montgomery, to his aides. That's not his real name? You idiots! Cut to interior courthouse. Later, Barry, Mr. Leota. First, may I offer my belated congratulations on your Emmy win for a guest spot on ER in 2005. Leota, thank you. Thank you. Leota laughs maniacally. Barry, I also see from your resume that you're devilishly handsome. But with a churning inner turmoil, there's always ready to blow. Leota, I enjoy what I do. Is that a crime? Barry, not yet it isn't. But is this what it's come to for you, Mr. Leota? Exploiting tiny helpless bees so you don't have to rehearse your part and learn your lines, sir? Leota, watch it, Benson. I could blow right now. Barry, this isn't a good fella. This is a bad fella. Leota, exploding, trying to smash Barry with the Emmy. Why doesn't someone just step on this little creep and we can all go home? You're all thinking it. Say it. Judge, order. Order in this courtroom. A montage of newspaper headlines follows. New York Post, bees to humans, buzz off. New York Telegram, sue bee. Daily Variety, studio dumps Leota project, slams door on unlawful entry. Cut 2. Sequence 3175. B movie. Candlelit dinner. Interior, Vanessa's apartment. Barry and Vanessa are having a candlelit dinner. Visible behind Barry is a little Missy set box with the flaps open. Barry, well, I just think that was awfully nice of that bear to pitch in like that. Vanessa, I'm telling you, I think the jury's on our side. Barry, are we doing everything that right, legally? Vanessa, I'm a florist. Barry, right. Barry, are we doing everything legally? Vanessa, to a great team, they toast. Ken enters. Ken, well, hello. Vanessa, oh, Ken. Barry, hello. Vanessa, I didn't think you were coming. Ken, no, I was just late. I tried to call, but holding himself on the battery. Vanessa, I didn't want all this to go to waste, so I called Barry. Luckily, he was free. Barry, yeah. Ken, gritting his teeth. Oh, that was lucky. Vanessa, oh, there's still a little left. I could heat it up. Ken, yeah, heat it up. Sure, whatever. Vanessa exits. Ken and Barry look at each other as Barry eats. Barry, so I hear you're quite a tennis player. I'm not much for the game myself. I find the ball a little grabby. Ken, that's where I usually sit. Right there. Vanessa, Ken, Barry was looking at your resume and he agreed with me that eating with chopsticks isn't really a special skill. Ken, to Barry, you think I don't see what you're doing? Barry, hey, look, I know how hard it is trying to find the right job. We certainly have that in common. Ken, do we? Barry, well, bees have 100% employment, of course, but we do jobs like taking the crud out. Ken, that's just what I was thinking about doing. Ken holds his table knife up. It slips out of his hand. He goes under the table to pick it up. Vanessa, Ken, I let Barry borrow your razor for his fuzz. I hope that was all right. Ken hits his head on the table. Barry, I'm going to go drain the old stinger. Ken, yeah, you do that. Barry exits to the bathroom, grabbing a small piece of Variety magazine on the way. Barry, oh, look at that. Ken slams the champagne down on the table. Ken closes his eyes and buries his face in his hands. He grabs a magazine on the way into the ballroom. Sequence 2800, B movie. Barry fights Ken. Interior bathroom. Continuous. Ken enters. Closes the door behind him. He's not happy. Barry is washing his hands. He glances back at Ken. Ken, it's just about had it with your little mind games. Barry, what's that? Ken, Italian Vogue. Barry, Mamma Mia, that's a lot of pages. Ken, it's a lot of ads. Barry, remember what Van said. Why is your life any more valuable than mine? Ken, it's funny, I just can't seem to recall that. Ken whacks at Barry with that magazine. He misses and knocks everything off the vanity. Ken grabs a can of air freshener. Ken, continued. I think something stinks in here. He sprays at Barry. Barry, I love the smell of flowers. Ken, yeah? How do you like the smell of flames? Ken lights the stream. Barry, not as much. Barry flies in a circle. Ken, trying to stay with him, spins in place. Angle on, flames outside the bathroom door. Ken slips on the Italian Vogue, falls backwards into the shower, pulling down the shower curtain. The can hits him in the head, followed by the shower curtain rod and the rubber duck. Ken reaches back, grabs the handheld shower head. He whips around, looking for Barry. Angle on, a water bug near the drain. Water bug, not taking sides. Barry is on the toilet tank. He comes out from behind a shampoo bottle, wearing a chapstick cap as a helmet. Barry, Ken, look at me. I'm wearing a chapstick hat. This is pathetic. Angle on. Ken, turning the hand shower nozzle from gentle to turbo to lethal. Ken, I've got issues. Ken fires the water at Barry, knocking him into the toilet. The items from the vanity, emery board, lipstick, eye curler, etc., are on the toilet seat. Ken looks down at Barry. Ken continued. Well, well, well. A royal flush. Barry, you're bluffing. Ken, am I? Ken flushes the toilet. Barry grabs the emery board and uses it to surf. He puts his hand in the water while he's surfing. Some water splashes on Ken. Barry, surf's up, dude. Ken, poo water. He does some skateboard-style half-pipe riding. Barry surfs out of the toilet. Barry, that bowl is gnarly. Ken tries to get a shot at him with the toilet brush. Ken, except for those dirty yellow rings. Vanessa enters. Vanessa, Kenneth, what are you doing? Ken, you know what? I don't even like honey. I don't eat it. Vanessa, we need to talk. She pulls Ken out by his ear. Ken glares at Barry. Cut to interior hallway. Continuous Vanessa. He's just a little bee, and he happens to be the nicest bee I've met in a long time. Ken, long time? What are you talking about? Are there other bugs in your life? Vanessa, no, but there are other things bugging me in life, and you're one of them. Ken, fine. Talking bees, no yogurt night. My nerves are fried from riding on this emotional roller coaster. Vanessa, goodbye, Ken. Ken, Vanessa, phew. Ken exits, then re-enters frame. Ken, and for your information, I prefer sugar-free, artificial sweeteners made by man. He exits again. The door slams behind him. Vanessa, to Barry. I always felt there was some kind of barrier between Ken and me. Puts his hands in his pockets. I couldn't overcome it. Oh well. Vanessa, are you going to be okay for the trial tomorrow? Barry, oh, I believe Mr. Montgomery is about out of ideas. Cut to sequence 3300, B-movie, Adam stings Monty, interior, courtroom, next day, angle on. Medium shot of Montgomery standing at his table. Montgomery, we would like to call Mr. Barry Benson B to the stand. Adam, whispering to Vanessa, now that's a good idea. To Barry, you can really see why he's considered one of the very best lawyers. Oh, Barry rolls his eyes. He gets up, takes a stand. A juror in a striped shirt applauds. Mr. Gamble, whispering, Leighton, you've got to weave some magic with this jury, or it's going to be all over. Montgomery is holding a book, The Secret Life of Bees. Montgomery confidently whispering, oh, don't worry, Mr. Gamble. The only thing I have to do is turn this jury around is to remind them of what they don't like about bees. To Gamble, you got the tweezers? Mr. Gamble nods and pats his breast pocket. Mr. Gamble, are you allergic? Montgomery, only to losing, son. Only to losing. Montgomery approaches the stand. Montgomery continued, Mr. Benson B., I'll ask you what I think we'd all like to know. What exactly is your relationship to that woman? Montgomery points to Vanessa. Barry, we're friends. Montgomery, good friends? Barry, yes. Montgomery, softly in Barry's face. How good? Barry, what? Montgomery, do you live together? Barry, wait a second. This isn't about... Barry, Montgomery, are you her little... Clearing throat. Bedbug? Barry, flustered. Hey, that's not the kind of... Montgomery, I've seen a bee documentary or two. Now, from what I understand, doesn't your queen give birth to all the bee children in the hive? Barry, yeah, but... Montgomery, so those aren't even your real parents. Angle on. Barry's parents. Martin Benson. Oh, Barry, yes they are. Adam, hold me back. Vanessa holds him back with a coffee stirrer. Montgomery points to Barry's parents. Montgomery, you're an illegitimate bee, aren't you, Benson? Adam, he's denouncing bees. All the bees in the courtroom start to hum. They're agitated. Montgomery, and don't y'all date your cousins? Vanessa, standing, letting go of Adam. Objection! Adam explodes from the table and flies towards Montgomery. Adam, I'm gonna pincushion this guy. Montgomery turns around and positions himself by the judge's bench. He sticks his butt out. Montgomery winks at his team. Barry, Adam, don't! It's what he wants! Adam shoves Barry out of the way. Adam stings Montgomery in the butt. The jury reacts, aghast. Montgomery, ow, I'm hit! Oh, lordy, I am hit! The judge bangs her gavel. Judge, order, please. Mr. Montgomery. Montgomery, the venom! The venom is coursing through my veins. I have been felled by the winged beast of destruction. You see, you can't treat them like equals. They're striped savages. Stinging's the only thing they know. It's their way. Angle on, Adam collapsing on the floor. Barry rushes to his side. Barry, Adam, stay with me. Adam, I can't feel my legs. Montgomery falls on the bailiff. Bailiff, take it easy. Montgomery, oh, what angel of mercy will come forward to suck the poison from my heaving buttocks? The jury recoils. Judge, please, I will have order in this court. Order, please. Fade 2, sequence 3400, B-movie, Adam at hospital, interior hospital, street level room, day. Press person number 1, voiceover. The case of the honeybees versus the human race took a pointed turn against the bees yesterday, when one of their legal teams stung Leighton T. Montgomery. Now, here's Dawn with the 5-day. A nurse lets Barry into the room. Barry carries a flower. Barry, thank you. Barry stands over Adam in a bed. Barry lays the flower down next to him. The TV is on. Barry continued. Hey, buddy. Adam, hey. Barry, is there much pain? Adam has a bee-sized painkiller honey button near his head that he presses. Adam, pressing the button. Yeah, I blew the whole case, didn't I? Barry, oh, it doesn't matter. The important thing is you're alive. You could have died. Adam, I'd be better off dead. Look at me. Adam throws the blanket off his lap, revealing a green sandwich sword stinger. Adam continued, voice cracking. They got it from the cafeteria. They got it from downstairs in a tuna sandwich. Look, there's a little celery still on it. Barry, what was it like to sting someone? Adam, I can't explain. It was all adrenaline and then ecstasy. Barry looks at Adam. Barry, all right. Adam, you think that was all a trap? Barry, of course. I'm sorry. I flew us right into this. What were you thinking? Look at us. We're just a couple of bugs in this world. Adam, what do you think the humans will do to us if they win? Barry, I don't know. Adam, I hear they put roaches in motels. That doesn't sound so bad. Barry, Adam, they check in, but they don't check out. Adam, gulps. Adam, oh my. Angle on, the hospital window. We see 3 people smoking outside on the sidewalk. The smoke drifts in. Adam coughs. Adam continued. Say, could you get the nurse to close that window? Barry, why? Adam, the smoke. Bees don't smoke. Barry, we're right. Bees don't smoke. Bees don't smoke, but some bees are smoking. Adam, that's it. That's our case. Adam starts putting his clothes on. Adam, it is? It's not over? Barry, no, get up. Get dressed. I've got to go somewhere. You get back to the court and stall. Stall any way you can. Cut 2. Sequence 3500. B-movie. Smoking gun. Interior courtroom. The next day. Adam is folding a piece of paper into a boat. Adam and assuming you've done step 29 correctly, you're ready for the tub. Angle on, the jury, all with paper boats of their own. Jurors. Ooh. Angle on, Montgomery, frustrated with Gamble, who's making a boat also. Monty crumples Gamble's boat and throws at him. Judge, Mr. Flamin? Adam, yes? Yes, Your Honor? Judge, where's the rest of your team? Adam, fumbling with his sword stinger. Well, Your Honor, it's interesting. You know, bees are trained to fly kind of haphazardly, and as a result, quite often we don't make very good time. I actually once heard a pretty funny story about a bee. Montgomery, Your Honor, haven't these ridiculous bugs taken up enough of this court's valuable time? Montgomery rolls out from behind his table. He's suspended in a large baby chair with wheels. Montgomery continued, how much longer are we going to allow these absurd shenanigans to go on? They have presented no compelling evidence to support their charges against my clients, who have all run perfectly legitimate businesses. I move for a complete dismissal of this entire case. Judge, Mr. Flamin, I am afraid I am going to have to reconsider Mr. Montgomery's motion. Adam, but you can't. We have a terrific case. Montgomery, where is your proof? Where is the evidence? Show me the smoking gun. Barry bursts through the door. Barry, hold it, Your Honor. You want a smoking gun? Here is your smoking gun. Vanessa enters, holding a bee smoker. Vanessa slams the beekeeper's smoker onto the judge's bench. Judge, what is that? Barry, it's a bee smoker. Montgomery grabs the smoker. Montgomery, what? This harmless little contraption? This couldn't hurt a fly, let alone a bee. He unintentionally points it towards the bee gallery, knocking them all out. The jury gasps. The press snaps pictures of them. Barry, members of the jury, look at what has happened to bees who have never been asked, smoking or non. Is that what nature intended for us? To be forcibly addicted to these smoke machines and man-made wooden slat work camps? Living out our lives as honey slaves to the white man? Barry gestures dramatically towards Montgomery's racially mixed table. The black lawyer slowly moves his chair away. Gamble, what are we going to do? Montgomery, to Pross. He's playing the species card. Barry lands on the scale of justice by the judge's bench. It bounces as he lands. Barry, ladies and gentlemen, please, free these bees. Angle on, jury chanting, free the bees. Judge, the court finds in favor of the bees. The chaos continues. Barry flies over to Vanessa with his hand up for a high five. Barry, Vanessa, we won. Vanessa, yeah, I knew you could do it. High five. She high fives Barry, sending him crashing to the table. He bounces right back up. Vanessa continued. Oh, sorry. Barry, ow, I'm okay. Vanessa, do you know what this means? All the honey is finally going to belong to the bees. Now we won't have to work so hard all the time. Montgomery approaches Barry, surrounded by the press. The cameras and microphones go to Montgomery. Montgomery, waving a finger. This is an unholy perversion of the balance of nature. Benson, you'll regret this. Angle on Barry's deer in headlights expression as the press pushes microphones in his face. Press person 1. Barry, how much honey do you think is out there? Barry, all right, one at a time. Sarah, Barry, who are you wearing? Barry, my sweater is Ralph Lauren and I have no pants. The press follows Barry as he exits. Angle on Adam and Vanessa. Adam, putting papers away. What if Montgomery's right? Vanessa, what do you mean? Adam, we've been living the B way a long time. 27 million years. Dissolve to sequence 3600. B movie. Honey Roundup. Exterior Honey Farms Apiary. Montage. Sarah voiceover. Congratulations on your first victory. What are you going to demand as a settlement? Barry, voiceover, over montage. First, we're going to demand a complete shutdown of all bee work camps. Then we want to get back all the honey that was ours to begin with. Every last drop. We demand an end to the glorification of the bear as anything more than a filthy, smelly, big-headed, bad-breath stink machine. I believe we're all aware of what they do in the woods. We will no longer tolerate derogatory, B-negative nicknames, unnecessary inclusion of honey and bogus health products, and la-di-da tea-time human stack garnishments. Montage images, close-up on an ATF jacket with the yellow letters. Camera pulls back. We see an army of bee and human agents wearing hastily made alcohol, tobacco, firearms, and honey jackets. Barry supervises. The gate to Honey Farms is locked permanently. All the smokers are collected and locked up. All the bees leave the apiary. Cut to exterior, ATF, outside of supermarket. Montage. Agents begin yanking honey off the supermarket shelves and out of shopping baskets. Cut to exterior, New Hive City. Montage. The bees tear down a honey bear statue. Cut to exterior, Yellowstone Forest. Montage POV of a sniper's crosshairs. An animated bear character look-alike turns his head towards the camera. Barry, wait for my signal. Angle on, Barry lowering his binoculars. Barry continued, take him out. The sniper shoots the bear. It hits him in the shoulder. The bear looks at it. He gets woozy and the honey jar falls out of his lap. An ATF and H agent catches it. Barry, voiceover, continued. ATF and H agent to the bear's pig friend. He'll have a little nausea for a few hours, but then he'll be fine. Cut to exterior, Sting's house. Montage, ATF and H agents slap cuffs on Sting, who is meditating. Sting, but it's just a prance about stage name. Cut to interior, a woman's shower. Montage, a woman is taking a shower and using honey shampoo. An ATF and H agent pulls the shower curtain aside and grabs her bottle of shampoo. The woman screams. The agent turns to the three other agents and Barry. Angle on, Barry looking at the label on the shampoo bottle, shaking his head and writing in his clipboard. Cut to exterior supermarket cafe montage. Another customer, an old lady, having her tea with a little jar of honey, gets her face pushed down onto the table and turned to the side by two agents. One of the agents has a gun on her. Old lady can't breathe. Cut to exterior Central Park. Montage. An oil drum of honey is connected to Barry's hive. Barry, bring it in, boys. Cut to sequence 3650. B-movie. No more work. Interior Hunnex montage angle on. The honey goes past the 3-cup hash mark and begins to overflow. A worker bee runs up to Buzzwell. Worker bee 1. Mr. Buzzwell, we just passed 3 cups and there's gallons more incoming. I think we need to shut down. Keychain B. To Buzzwell? Shut down? We've never shut down. Angle on. Buzzwell, overlooking the factory floor. Buzzwell, shut down honey production. Stop making honey. Angle on 2 bees, each with a key. Buzzwell continued. Turn your keys, sir. They turn the keys simultaneously. War game style, shutting down the honey machines. Angle on the taffy pull machine, centrifuge, and Croman all slowly come to a stop. The bees look around, bewildered. Worker bee 5, what do we do now? A beat worker bee 6. Cannonball! He jumps onto a honey vat. Doesn't penetrate the surface. He looks around and slowly sinks down to his waist. Exterior, Hunnex factory. The whistle blows and the bees all stream out the exit. Cut to interior J-gate. Continuous. Lou LaDuca gives orders to the pollen jocks. Lou LaDuca, we're shutting down honey production. Mission abort. Cut to external Central Park. Jackson receives the orders. Mid-pollination. Jackson, aborting pollination and nectar. Detail, returning to base. Cut to exterior, New Hive City angle on. Bees putting suntan lotion on their noses and antennae and sunning themselves on the balconies of the gym. Cut to exterior Central Park angle on, the flowers starting to droop. Cut to interior J-gate. J-gate is deserted. Cut to exterior New Hive City angle on, bees sunning themselves. A timer dings and they all turn over. Cut to exterior Central Park time-lapse of Central Park turning brown. Cut to exterior Vanessa's florist shop close-up shop. Vanessa writes, sorry, no more flowers, on a close sign, and turns it facing out. Cut to sequence 3700. B-movie. Idle Hive, exterior New Hive City. Day. Barry flies at high speed. Tracking shot into the hive, through the lobby of Hunex and into Adam's office. Cut to interior Adam's office. Continuous. Barry meets Adam in his office. Adam's office is in disarray. There are papers everywhere. He's filling up his cardboard hexagon box. Barry, out of breath. Adam, you wouldn't believe how much honey was out here. Adam, oh yeah? Barry, what's going on around here? Where is everybody? Are they out celebrating? Adam, exiting with a cardboard box of belongings. No, they're just home. They don't know what to do. Adam, they're laying out. They're sleeping in. I heard your Uncle Carl was on his way to San Antonio with a cricket. Barry, at least we got our honey back. They walk through the empty factory. Adam, yeah, but sometimes I think, so what if the humans liked our honey? Who wouldn't? It's the greatest thing in the world. I was excited to be part of making it. Angle on Adam's desk, on its side in the hall. Adam continued, this was my new desk. This was my new job. I wanted to do it really well, and now I can't. Adam exits. Cut to sequence 3900, B-movie, World Without Bees, interior stairwell. Vanessa and Barry are walking up the stairs to the roof. Barry, I don't understand why they're not happy. We have so much now. I thought their lives would be better. Vanessa, Barry, they're doing nothing. It's amazing. Honey really changes people. Vanessa, you don't have any idea what's going on, do you? Barry, what did you want to show me? Vanessa, this. They reach the top of the stairs. Vanessa opens the door. Cut to exterior of Vanessa's rooftop. Continuous. Barry sees Vanessa's flower pots and small garden have all turned brown. Barry, what happened here? Vanessa, this is not the half of it. Vanessa turns Barry around with her 2 fingers, revealing the view of Central Park, which is also all brown. Barry, oh no, oh my. They're all wilting. Vanessa, doesn't look very good, does it? Barry, no. Vanessa, and whose fault do you think that is? Barry, you know, I'm gonna guess bees. Vanessa, bees? Barry, specifically me. I guess I didn't think that bees not needing to make honey would affect all these other things. Vanessa, and it's not just flowers, fruits, vegetables. They all need bees. Barry, well, that's our whole SAT test right there. Vanessa, so if you take away the produce, that affects the entire animal kingdom. And then, of course, Barry, the human species. Vanessa, clearing throat. Barry, oh, so if there's no more pollination, it could all just go south from here, couldn't it? Vanessa, and I know this is also partly my fault. Barry takes a long sigh. Barry, how about a suicide pact? Vanessa, not sure if he's joking. How would we do it? Barry, I'll sting you, you step on me. Vanessa, that just kills you twice. Barry, right. Vanessa, listen. Barry, sorry, but I've got to get going. She exits. Barry, looking out over the park. Had to open my mouth and talk. Looking back. Vanessa? Vanessa is gone. Cut to sequence 3935. B-movie. Going to Pasadena. Exterior, New York Street. Continuous. Vanessa gets into a cab. Barry enters. Barry. Vanessa, why are you leaving? Where are you going? Vanessa, to the final Tournament of Roses parade in Pasadena. They moved it up to this weekend because all the flowers are dying. It's the last chance I'll ever have to see it. Barry. Vanessa, I just want to say I'm sorry. I never meant it to turn out like this. Vanessa, I know. Me neither. Cab drives away. Barry, chuckling to himself. Tournament of Roses. Roses can't do sports. Wait a minute. Roses. Vanessa! Barry follows shortly after. He catches up to it and he pounds on the window. Barry follows shortly after Vanessa's cab. He catches up to it and he pounds on the window. Interior. Taxi. Continuous. Barry motions for her to roll the window down. She does so. Barry. Roses! Vanessa. Barry? Barry, as he flies next to the cab. Roses are flowers. Vanessa. Yes, they are. Barry. Flowers. Bees. Pollen. Vanessa. I know. That's why this is the last parade. Barry. Maybe not. The cab starts pulling ahead of Barry. Barry continued. Could you ask him to slow down? Vanessa. Could you slow down? The cab slows. Barry flies in the window and lands in the change box, which closes on him. Vanessa continued. Barry! Vanessa lets him out. Barry stands on the change box in front of the driver's license. Barry. Okay, I made a huge mistake. This is a total disaster and it's all my fault. Vanessa. Yes, it kind of is. Barry. I've ruined the planet and I wanted to help with your flower shop. Instead, I've made it worse. Vanessa. Actually, it's completely closed down. Barry. Oh, I thought maybe you were remodeling. Nonetheless, I have another idea, and it's greater than all my previous great ideas combined. Vanessa. I don't want to hear it. Vanessa closes the change box on Barry. Barry, opening it again. Alright, here's what I'm thinking. They have the roses. The roses have the pollen. I know every bee, plant and flower, bud in this park. All we've got to do is get what they've got back here with what they've got. Vanessa. Bees. Barry. Park. Vanessa. Pollen. Barry. Flowers. Vanessa. Repollination. Barry. On luggage handle going up. Across the nation. Cut to sequence 3950, B-movie, Rose Parade, exterior, Pasadena Parade, Barry. Voiceover. Alright, Tournament of Roses, Pasadena, California. They've got nothing but flowers, floats, and cotton candy. Security will be tight. Vanessa, I have no idea. Cut to exterior float, staging area, angle on Barry and Vanessa, approaching a heavily armed guard in front of the staging area. Vanessa Bloom, FTD, official floral business. He leans in to look at her badge. She snaps it shut. Vanessa, continue. Oh, it's real. Heavily armed guard. Sorry, ma'am. That's a nice brooch, by the way. Vanessa, thank you. It was a gift. They enter the staging area. Barry, voiceover. Then, once we're inside, we just pick the right float. Vanessa, how about the princess and the pea? Barry, yeah. Vanessa, I can be the princess. And Barry, yes, I think. Vanessa, you could be. Barry, Vanessa, the pea. Barry, got it. Cut to exterior float staging area. A few moments later, Barry, dressed as a pea, flies up and hovers in front of the princess on the Princess and the Pea float. The float is sponsored by Inflate-A-Bed, and a sign reads, Inflate-A-Bed. If it blows, it's ours. Barry, sorry I'm late. Where should I sit? Princess, where are you? Barry, I believe I'm the pea. Princess, the pea? It's supposed to be under the mattresses. Barry, not in this fairy tale, sweetheart. Princess, I'm going to go talk to the marshal. Barry, you do that. This whole parade is a fiasco. She exits. Vanessa removes the stepladder. The princess falls. Barry and Vanessa take off in the float. Barry continued. Let's see what this baby can do. Angle on, guy with headset, talking to drivers. Headset guy. Hey, the float zooms by. A young child in the stand. Timmy cries. Cut to exterior, floating stage area. A few moments later, angle on, Vanessa putting the princess hat on. Barry, voiceover. Then all we do is blend in with traffic without arousing suspicion. Cut to exterior, the parade route. Continuous. The floats go flying by the crowds. Barry and Vanessa's float crashes through the fence. Cut to exterior, LA freeway. Vanessa and Barry speed, dodging and weaving down the freeway. Barry, voiceover, and once we're at the airport, there's no stopping us. Cut to exterior, Lax Airport. Barry and Vanessa pull up to the curb in front of a TSA agent with clipboard. TSA agent, stop, security. Did you inspect your own float? Vanessa, yes. TSA agent, has this float been in your possession the entire time? Vanessa, since the parade, yes. Angle on, Barry holding his shoes. TSA agent, would you remove your shoes and everything in your pockets? Can you remove your stinger, sir? Barry, that's part of me. TSA agent, I know, just having some fun. Enjoy your flight. Cut to exterior runway. Barry and Vanessa's airplane takes off. Barry, then if we're lucky, we'll have just enough pollen to do the job. Dissolve 2, sequence 4025. B-movie. Cockpit fight, interior airplane. Vanessa is on the aisle. Barry is on a laptop calculating flowers, pollen, number of bees, airspeed, etc. He does a stomp dance on the keyboard. Barry, can you believe how lucky we are? We have just enough pollen to do the job. How I think this is going to work, Vanessa. Vanessa, it's gotta work. Pilot, voiceover. Attention passengers, this is Captain Scott. I'm afraid we have a bit of bad weather in the New York area and looks like we're going to be experiencing a couple hours delay. Vanessa, Barry, these are cut flowers with no water. They'll never make it. Barry, I've got to get up there and talk to these guys. Vanessa, be careful. Barry flies up to the cockpit door. Cut to interior cockpit, continuous. A female flight attendant, Angela, is in the cockpit with the pilots. There's a knock at the door. Barry, hey, can I get some help with the Sky Mall magazine? I'd like to order the talking inflatable travel pool filter. Angela, to the pilots, irritated. Excuse me. Cut to exterior cabin, continuous. Angela opens the cockpit door and looks around. She doesn't see anybody. Angle on, Barry hidden on the yellow and black caution stripe. As Angela looks around, Barry zips into the cockpit. Cut to interior cockpit. Barry, excuse me, Captain, I am in a real situation here. Pilot, pulling an earphone back to the co-pilot. What did you say, Hal? Co-pilot, I didn't say anything. Pilot, he sees Barry. Ah, B! Barry, no, don't freak out. There's a chance my entire species... Co-pilot, taking off his earphones. Ah! The pilot grabs a dust buster vacuum cleaner. He aims it around, trying to vacuum up Barry. The co-pilot faces camera as the pilot tries to suck Barry up. Barry is on the other side of the co-pilot as they do-si-do. The toupee of the co-pilot begins to come up, still attached to the front. Co-pilot continued. What are you doing? Stop! The toupee comes off of the co-pilot's head and sticks in the dust buster. Barry runs across the bald head. Barry, wait a minute. I'm an attorney. Co-pilot, who's an attorney? Pilot, don't move. The pilot uses the dustbuster to try and mash Barry, who is hovering in front of the co-pilot's nose, and knocks out the co-pilot, who falls out of his chair, hitting the life raft release button. The life raft inflates, hitting the pilot, knocking him into a wall and out cold. Barry surveys the situation. Barry, oh Barry. Cut 2, interior airplane cabin. Vanessa studies her laptop, looking serious. Sound effects, PA crackle. Barry, voiceover, in captain voice. Good afternoon, passengers. This is your captain speaking. Would a Miss Vanessa Bloom in 24F please report to the cockpit and please hurry. Angle on the aisle and Vanessa's head popping up. Cut 2, interior cockpit. Vanessa enters. Vanessa, what happened here? Barry, I tried to talk to them, but then there was a dustbuster, a toupee, a life raft exploded. Now one's bald, one's in a boat, and they're both unconscious. Vanessa, is that another B joke? Barry, no one's flying the plane. The air traffic controller, Bud, speaks over the radio. Bud, this is JFK Control Tower. Flight 356, what's your status? Vanessa presses a button and the intercom comes on. Vanessa, this is Vanessa Bloom. I'm a florist from New York. Bud, where's the pilot? Vanessa, he's unconscious, and so is the co-pilot. Bud, not good. Is there anyone on board who has flight experience? Barry, as a matter of fact, there is. Bud, who's that? Vanessa, Barry Benson. Bud, from the Honey Trial? Oh, great. Barry, Vanessa, this is nothing more than a big metal bee. It's got giant wings, huge engines. Vanessa, I can't fly a plane. Barry, why not? Isn't John Travolta a pilot? Vanessa, yes. Barry, how hard could it be? Vanessa, wait a minute. Barry, we're headed into some lightning. Cut 2, Vanessa shrugs and takes the controls. Sequence 4150, B-movie, Barry flies plane. Interior, Benson house. The family is all huddled around the TV at the Benson's house. Angle on TV. Bob Bundle is broadcasting. Bob Bumble. This is Bob Bumble. We have some late breaking news from JFK Airport where a very suspenseful scene is developing. Barry Benson, fresh off his stunning legal victory. Adam sprays a can of Honey Whip into his mouth. Adam, that's Barry. Bob Bundle is now attempting to land a plane loaded with people, flowers, and an incapacitated flight crew. Everyone. Flowers? Cut 2, interior, air traffic control. Tower Bud. Well, we have an electrical storm in this area, and 2 individuals at the controls of a jumbo jet with absolutely no flight experience. Jeanette Chung. Wait a minute. Mr. Ditchwater. There's a honeybee on that plane. Bud. Oh, I'm quite familiar with Mr. Benson's work, and his no-account compadres. Haven't they done enough damage already? Jeanette Chung. But isn't he your only hope right now? Bud. Come on. Technically, a bee shouldn't be able to fly at all. Cut 2, interior cockpit. Barry reacts, Bud. The wings are too small, their bodies are too big. Barry, over PA. Hey, hold on a second. Haven't we heard this a million times? The surface area of the wings and the body mass doesn't make sense. Jeanette Chung, get this on the air. Cameraman, you got this. Cut 2, interior B, TV control room. An engineer throws a switch. B engineer, stand by, we're going live. The on-air sign illuminates. Cut 2, interior, various shots of New Hive City. The news report plays on TV. The pollen jocks are sitting around playing paddleball, real low, and one of them is spinning his helmet on his finger. Boswell is in an office cubicle playing computer solitaire. Barry's family and Adam watch from their living room. Bees sitting on the street curb turn around to watch the TV. Barry, Mr. Ditchwater, the way we work may be a mystery to you because making honey takes a lot of bees doing a lot of small jobs. But let me tell you something about a small job. If you do it really well, it makes a big difference. More than we realize. To us, to everyone. That's why I want to get bees back to doing what we do best. Working together. That's the bee way. We're not made of jello. We get behind a fellow, black and yellow. Crowd of bees. Hello! Cut 2, interior cockpit. Barry is giving orders to Vanessa. Barry, left, right, down, hover. Vanessa, hover? Barry, forget hover. Vanessa, you know what? This isn't so hard. Vanessa pretends to honk the horn. Vanessa, continued. Beep, 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 beep. A bolt of lightning hits the plane. The plane takes a sharp dip. Vanessa continued. Barry, what happened? Barry, noticing the control panel. Wait a minute, I think we were on autopilot the whole time. Vanessa, that may have been helping me. Barry, and now we're not. Vanessa, voiceover, folding her arms. Well, then it turns out I cannot fly a plane. Barry, continued. Vanessa struggles with the yoke. Cut 2, exterior airplane. The airplane goes into a steep dive. Cut 2, sequence 4175. B-movie, crash landing. Interior, J-gate. An alert sign reading, Hive alert, we need. Then the signal goes from 2 bees, some bees, every bee there is. Luladuca gathers the pollen jackets at J-gate. Luladuca, all of you, let's get behind this fellow. Move it out. The bees follow Luladuca and exit J-gate. Cut to interior airplane cockpit. Barry, our only chance is if I do what I would do, and you copy me with the wings of the plane. Vanessa, you don't have to yell. Barry, I'm not yelling. We happen to be in a lot of trouble here. Vanessa, it's very hard to concentrate with that panicky tone in your voice. Barry, it's not a tone, I'm panicking. Cut 2. Exterior, JFK Airport, angle on. The bees arriving and massing at the airport. Cut 2. Interior cockpit. Barry and Vanessa alternately slap each other in the face. Vanessa, I don't think I can do this. Barry, Vanessa, pull yourself together. Listen to me. You have got to snap out of it. Vanessa, you snap out of it. Barry, you snap out of it. Vanessa, you snap out of it. Barry, you snap out of it. Vanessa, you snap out of it. Cut 2. Exterior airplane. A gigantic swarm of bees flies in to hold the plane up. Cut 2. Interior cockpit. Continuous. Barry, you snap out of it. Vanessa, you snap out of it. Barry, you snap out of it. Vanessa, hold it. Barry, about to slap her again. Why? Come on, it's my turn. Vanessa, how is the plane flying? Barry's antenna ring. Barry, I don't know. Answer. Hello? Cut 2. Exterior airplane. Angle on. The underside of the plane. The pollen jocks have massed all around the underbelly of the plane. And are holding it up. Lou Duca. Hey Benson, have you got any flowers for a happy occasion in there? Cut 2. Interior cockpit. Lou, Buzz, Splits, and Jackson come up alongside the cockpit. Barry, the pollen jocks. Vanessa, they do get behind a fellow. Barry, black and yellow. Lou Duca, over headset. Hello? Alright, you two. What do you say we drop this tin can on the blacktop? Vanessa, what blacktop? Where? I can't see anything. Can you? Barry, no, nothing. It's all cloudy. Cut to exterior runway. Adam shouts. Adam, come on, you've got to think B. Barry, thinking B. Thinking B. Angle on, overhead shot of runway. The bees are in the formation of a flower. In unison, they move, causing the flower to flash yellow and black. Bees! Chanting, thinking B, thinking B. Cut to interior cockpit. We see through the swirling mist and clouds a giant shape of a flower is forming in the middle of the runway. Barry, wait a minute. I think I'm feeling something. Vanessa, what? Barry, I don't know, but it's strong and it's pulling me like a 27-million-year-old instinct. Bring the nose of the plane down. Lulu Duca, continued, exterior, runway. All the bees are on the runway chanting, thinking B. Cut to interior control tower. Wreck, what in the world's on the tarmac? Angle on, Dave, OTS, onto runway, seeing a flower being formed by millions of bees. Bud, get some lights on that. Cut to exterior runway, angle on, aircraft landing, light scaffold by the side of the runway, illuminating the bees in their flower formation. Interior cockpit. Barry, Vanessa, aim for the flower. Vanessa, oh, okay. Barry, cut the engines. Vanessa, cut the engines. Barry, we're going in on B power. Ready, boys? Lulu Duca, affirmative. Cut to interior airplane, cockpit. Barry. Good, easy now. Land on that flower. Ready, boys? Give me full reverse. Lulu Duca, spin it around. The plane attempts to land on top of an Aloha Airlines plane with flowers painted on it. Barry, voiceover. I mean the giant black and yellow pulsating flower made of millions of bees. Vanessa, which flower? Barry, that flower. Vanessa, I'm aiming at the flower. The plane goes after a fat guy in a Hawaiian shirt. Barry, voiceover. That's a fat guy in a flowered shirt. The other flower. The big one. He stops the photo and runs away. Barry continued. Full forward. Ready, boys? Nose down. Bring your tails up. Rotate around it. Vanessa, oh, this is insane. Barry, this is the only way I know how to fly. Cut 2. Air traffic control tower. Bud, am I cuckoo kachoo, or is this plane flying in an insect-like pattern? Cut 2. Exterior runway. Barry, voiceover. Get your nose in there. Don't be afraid of it. Smell it. Full reverse. Easy, just drop it. Be a part of it. Aim for the center. Now drop it. Drop it in, woman. The plane hovers and maneuvers, landing in the center of the giant flower like a bee. The flowers from the cargo hold spill out onto the runway. Interior airplane cabin. The passengers are motionless for a beat. Passenger, come on already. They hear the ding-ding and all jump up to grab the luggage out of the overheads. Sequence 4225. B-movie. Runway speech. Exterior runway. Continuous. The inflatable slides pop out of the side of the plane. The passengers escape. Barry and Vanessa slide down out of the cockpit. Barry and Vanessa exhale a huge breath. Vanessa, Barry, we did it. You taught me how to fly. Vanessa raises her hand up for a high five. Barry, yes? No high five. Vanessa, right. Adam. Barry, it worked. Did you see the giant flower? Barry, what giant flower? Where? Of course I saw the flower. That was genius, man. Genius. Adam, thank you. Barry, but we're not done yet. Barry flies up to the wing of the plane and addresses the bee crowd. Barry continued. Listen, everyone. This runway is covered with the last pollen from the last flowers available anywhere on Earth. That means this is our last chance. We're the only ones who make honey, pollinate flowers, and dress like this. If we're going to survive as a species, this is our moment. So what do you all say? Are we going to be bees or just Museum of Natural History keychains? Bees! We're bees! Keychain, bee, keychain! Barry, then follow me. Accept keychain. Buzz, hold on, Barry. You've earned this. Buzz puts a pollen jock jacket and helmet with Barry's name on it. On Barry. Barry, I'm a pollen jock! Looking at the jacket, the sleeves are a little long, and it's a perfect fit. All I've got to do are the sleeves. The pollen jocks toss Barry a gun. Barry, oh yeah. Angle on, Martin and Janet Benson. Janet Benson, that's our Barry. All the bees descend upon the flowers on the tarmac and start collecting pollen. Cut to sequence 4250. Repollination. Exterior skies continuous. The squadron flies over the city, repollinating flowers and Trees and flowers as they go. Barry breaks off from the group towards Vanessa's flower shop. Cut to exterior of Vanessa's flower shop. Continuous. Barry repollinates Vanessa's flowers. Cut to exterior, Central Park. Continuous angle on Timmy with a frisbee as the bees fly by. Timmy, Mom, the bees are back! Central Park is completely repollinated by the bees. Dissolved to interior Hunnix. Continuous. Hunnix is back to normal and everyone is busily working. Angle on Adam, putting his Croman hat down. Adam, if anyone needs to make a call, now's the time. I've got a feeling we'll be working late tonight. The bees cheer. Cut to sequence 4355. B-movie. Exterior. Vanessa's flower shop with a new sign up front. Vanessa and Barry. Flowers, honey, legal advice. Dissolve 2. Interior. Flower counter. Vanessa doing a brisk trade with many customers. Cut to interior flower shop. Continuous. Vanessa is selling flowers in the background. There's shelves stocked with honey. Vanessa, don't forget these. Have a great afternoon. Yes, can I help? Who's next? Who's next? Would you like some honey with that? It is B approved. Sign on the back room door reads Barry Benson, Insacts at Law. Camera moves into the back room. Angle on Barry. Angle on Barry's cow client. Cow, milk, cream, cheese, it's all me, and I don't see a nickel. Barry, Cow, breaking down. Sometimes I just feel like a piece of meat. Barry, I had no idea. Vanessa, Barry, I'm sorry. Have you got a moment? Barry, would you excuse me? My mosquito associate here will be able to help you. Mooseblood enters. Mooseblood, sorry I'm late. Cow, he's a lawyer too? Mooseblood, ma'am, I was already a blood-sucking parasite. All I needed was a briefcase. Angle on, flower counter. Vanessa to customer, have a great afternoon. To Barry, Barry, I just got this huge tulip order for a wedding and I can't get them anywhere. Barry, not a problem. Fanny, just leave it to me. Vanessa turns back to deal with the customer. Vanessa, you're a lifesaver. Barry, to the next customer. Can I help? Who's next? Who's next? Angle on Vanessa smiling back at Barry. Barry smiles too, then stops himself out of it. Barry speaks into his antenna. All right, Scramble Jocks, it's time to fly. Vanessa, thank you, Barry. Exterior, flower shop, continuous. Angle on Ken and Andy walking down the street. Ken notices the new sign. Ah, what in the world? It's that bee again. Andy, guiding Ken protectively. Let it go, Kenny. Ken, that bee is living my life. When will this nightmare end? Andy, let it all go. They don't break stride. Angle on camera in front of Barry as he flies out the door and up into the sky. Paul and Jocks fold in formation behind him as they zoom into the park. Barry, to splits. Beautiful day to fly. Jackson, sure is. Barry, between you and me, I was dying to get out of that office. Fade out. B-movie. Woo! I'm done. Oh, I haven't even been reading the comments. Oh, that was like 2 hours of my life. Worth it. Hello. Tune in next week. No, I don't want to do this. That's what I have here, Carl. Oh, Brian joined just as the stream ended. Hey, Brian, I just recited the entire B-movie script for 2 hours straight. Yep. Well, I started the first stream, and then it cut off at an hour for some reason. Like, I don't think Instagram allows you to do a stream for longer than an hour or something. So I just, I started a second stream. So it's 2 1-hour streams. Stop saying Shrek. No. I wasted so much ink printing that out, but it was worth it. Well, I'm gonna save this to, like, my highlights. Good night, everyone. See you later.